thinking it's done. I get out the ring, I'm thinking it's done. I wake up the next day, I hear him talking about some Errol Spence's dream fight. I'm like, hey bro, it just in there. I'm like, what's going on? That's like him coming to my fight. We getting in front of each other, and I'm like, Danny Garcia, my dream fight. Like, right. the fans be going crazy. Like, yo, I want to get one more fight in before the end of the year, hopefully. And yeah, I'm trying to collect these belts. I'm here to be undisputed. You know, it's a legacy thing for me right now. And like I said before, I call this run a legacy tour. You know, I'm here to show the world. You know, I'm here. You know, I'm here to stamp my name in this division. Say my name in the boxing game.
Would you want to fight these guys? And I feel like now it's the most realistic, you know? You're going to see me fight later on this year. You're going to see Vergil fight again later on this year. Ennis, Kelly, all these guys fight again. And you're going to question, why aren't these guys fighting each other? Well, now they fight on the same thing. So, I mean, like, let's make it happen, no?
I want to see Vergil and Boots first. But if you can't get that, then why is Fundora, you know?
Jaron Ennis made it completely clear that he has no intention of simply sitting around waiting for Vergil Ortiz Jr., especially while Ortiz has spent significant time in the division without matching Ennis's accomplishments. Ennis wants to create his own legacy by collecting championship belts and taking control of the 154 pounds division. His message was straightforward. He is not prepared to put his career on hold for a matchup that may or may not eventually happen.
I'm already, this is my second fight at this weight class, and I'm already a unified champion. He's been at this weight class for how long now? So I don't know. So like I said, I'm here to collect these belts and take over this division. So, you know, I ain't doing.
Chris Algieri considers Sebastian Fundora an especially difficult opponent because of his incredible size, reach, and continued development. According to Algieri, Fundora has matured considerably since the Brian Mendoza fight. He is now more disciplined, uses his jab more effectively, and avoids unnecessary risks. With those physical advantages combined with his improving technique, Algieri understands exactly why Fundora is regarded as one of the division's biggest challenges.
So long, and he's getting better. He's improving. He's learning how to use his size. He's using his jab. He's being more disciplined. He's not taking risks like he used to. Talk about a guy who used to allow people to hit him and then has figured out that you shouldn't do that at the highest level in that Brian Mendoza fight. But since then, he's been very, very good. So, yeah, I can understand why people would see him as the final guy because, again, with those physical advantages and the way that he's getting better.
Tim Bradley has tremendous respect for Sebastian Fundora, both because of what he has accomplished and because of the similarities they share in their backgrounds. Music, however, Bradley believes some fighters could be hesitant to face Fundora because of the danger he presents once the opening bell rings. He suggested that certain contenders may be waiting for Fundora to show signs of slowing down before accepting the risk of fighting him.
He's from around my way. He from the valley. I got none but respect for Fundora. They see the danger in fighting him right now.
Chris Algieri also questioned Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s recent lack of activity. In a division packed with dangerous contenders, remaining inactive can become a major issue, particularly when fighters such as Josh Kelly are available. Algieri pointed out that 154 pounds contains no shortage of high-level talent, making regular competition extremely important for anyone attempting to prove they are the best fighter in the division.
And Jaron, with the level of talent he has, he can beat anybody on any given night. So, yeah, it's a really interesting time. And then even like I got another titleist, Josh Kelly. Yeah. Very, very difficult style. And he knows what he is, he knows what he isn't. He will fight his fight. So he's a disciplined guy. He's got a lot of heart. He showed that in the Murtaza win. So yeah, it's a lot of very good champions at 154. We got to see how they all.
When the discussion shifted toward Jaron Ennis's latest fight, Vergil Ortiz Jr. delivered a blunt prediction, saying he would put Boots to sleep. Ortiz clearly believes his punching power would be enough to stop Ennis. Boots did not appear bothered by the statement and simply laughed it off. He pointed out that Ortiz had already been hurt in previous fights and questioned what could happen if Boots himself landed a clean punch.
If I get him like that, I promise you, I get him out of there. It was just a lot of hate.
Same guy that been on the floor multiple times. He gets hurt. I mean, like, these guys just be talking, and I figured that out. Like, these guys just be talking. What's gonna happen when I touch him?
Eddie Hearn backed Jaron Ennis while taking a sarcastic shot at Ortiz's warning. Hearn suggested that Ortiz had been inactive for roughly a year and argued that someone who has spent that much time away from serious competition should not be speaking as though he poses an immediate threat to Boots.
Saying that he's going to sleep Jaron Ennis on Twitter immediately after the fight. What's your reaction to that?
Well, he's been asleep for about a year. Wow. So,
Despite all the tension, Eddie Hearn confirmed that Vergil Ortiz Jr. remains an opponent they are interested in. The difference is that Ennis currently has another major priority. According to Hearn, the primary objective is becoming undisputed at 154 pounds, and that championship mission takes precedence before he turns his full attention toward Ortiz.
of the sport, get in line and take your 15% for a voluntary defence. That's what some people would say if they were arrogant. What we say is, we love the big fights, but we took that Vergil Ortiz fight, he signed for that fight, right? We took that fight for no belt. We took it for the fans to prove he was the best. Unfortunately for Vergil Ortiz, the team, everybody, Everett, Sean, we did an unbelievable job to land the Unified World Championship. And now he's the Unified World Champion. So, sorry Vergil, in a way, we want to be undisputed, but we don't rule out that.
Sebastian Fundora also offered his prediction regarding the potential matchups. Backing himself to defeat both Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. Fundora believes fans have already waited far too long to see these major fights happen. In his view, the division's biggest names need to stop discussing possible matchups and eventually settle those questions inside the ring.
It's as simple as I'll beat them both. I think those are great fights. Great fights. Again, being of the zone, all of us now. I think that's fights that have to happen now. You're seeing him fight one time and me fight one time, and then the other one fight the other time. It's like.
Vergil Ortiz Jr. responded directly to Jaron Ennis and argued that their rivalry has reached a point where another delay simply makes little sense. Ortiz accused Boots of prolonging the process by taking tune-up fights instead of accepting the matchup that boxing fans have been demanding for years.
It's been cooking way too long. I think that I really want to get in the ring with him. I think he's a good fighter. I think we can give the fans one of the best fights of the century. I think it'll be...
As the three major names continued generating anticipation around their careers, fans and analysts began debating how each potential matchup might unfold. Eddie Hearn then provided additional details about the negotiations between Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr. He claimed the two camps had already held discussions and reached an understanding regarding the basic terms of the fight. Ennis signed a contract based on that agreement, but after his side presented the proposed timeline to Ortiz's camp, communication reportedly stopped. According to Hearn, no additional response came from the other side.
We sat in a room, me, Oscar de la Hoya, Eric Gomez, and the top DAZN execs in America. We talked about how a deal would work with those two fighters, and we agreed on a deal. We went away, we signed a new deal with Boots. Part of that deal, within the contract, was the deal that we agreed with Golden Boy and DAZN to fight Vergil Ortiz. Boots signed it. Now, we didn't hear anything back. We told them we're going to fight in October. They said they're going to fight in November.
Jaron Ennis strongly rejected the suggestion that his team had ever avoided Vergil Ortiz Jr. He pointed back to the period when both fighters were competing at 147 pounds and insisted that his side had shown genuine interest in making the fight. Ennis recalled that Ortiz's team believed the matchup would be better suited for a later stage in their careers. Because of that history, Boots believes the accusation that he has deliberately avoided Ortiz simply does not hold up.
They was running their mouth saying certain things about this and but like I told them, we've been wanting to fight Vergil at 147. And back then, that was like what, 3-4 years ago? Back then, they were saying 3-4 years down the line, they was going to be able to fight us. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and that's what they were saying. Oh yeah, your father. I never really talk about nobody ducking and all that stuff. But if you want to talk about somebody ducking, I'll tell them in a minute. You know what I mean? I said, yo, yeah, that don't look like we ducking. You know what I mean? We've been trying to fight all them guys at that time. And everybody knew about that time, but they...
Sebastian Fundora praised Jaron Ennis while discussing his move to 154 pounds and his recent performance. Music, Fundora said Boots looked confident, composed, and comfortable competing at the higher weight. But when asked to choose between Ennis and Vergil Ortiz Jr., Fundora leaned toward Ortiz. He felt the difficult third-round Ortiz experienced against Xander Zayas revealed enough to influence his prediction. Even with that opinion, Fundora expected the matchup to be highly competitive, exciting, and entertaining.
you're the top of your division. After you, who do you feel is like the guy in your division?
I guess Ennis with his last win, you know, I mean, he looked good. He looked good doing his thing. He looked like he had fun as well. So it's nice to see I mean, he's been a champion before, but a fresh face in 154.
Okay, all right. And then say the talks you go through with Boots and Vergil, who do you got in that fight?
I favor Vergil. I mean, we saw that third round. That was enough for me to see what I needed to see, but
Tim Bradley was far more confident with his prediction, backing Jaron Ennis to defeat Vergil Ortiz Jr. in convincing fashion, similar to the way he believes Ennis handled Xander Zayas. Bradley questioned whether Zayas possessed the elite power, speed, and overall ability required to truly test Boots. He also explained that Ennis sometimes allows an opponent to work early because he wants to study their power and reactions. Once he understands what he is facing, Bradley believes Boots can make the necessary adjustments, take control of the fight, and gradually wear his opponent down.
Respected, though.
Listen to me.
You're talking about Zayas as a guy that isn't known for his punching power at all. That was
or his speed, or really his skills. He checks boxes at a decent level, but not at an elite level.
But the thing is that he didn't feel the pop. You got to understand that about Boots. Boots is willing to take yours to get his, and it's a trap. Right? A lot of his flows, but I'm just telling you that I know it's not always a good thing, but it works for him. And I think that he fights off of feeling. That's what it is. It's feeling.
Kellerman examined the matchup from both a physical and technical perspective and felt Jaron Ennis would normally deserve to be the betting favorite. His height, reach, athleticism, and defensive skills provide advantages that could make him extremely difficult to solve. Still, Kellerman refused to describe the fight as one-sided and instead called it essentially a toss-up. He pointed to Ortiz's stronger resume and highlighted his impressive victory over Israel Madrimov, arguing that Ennis would have to earn every advantage against him.
And that's Boots, right? Because generally, that guy wins those fights. But it's a different thing than actually going out and beating Vergil Ortiz and doing it in style. It's
especially
fights,
in that type of manner.
Who should be the favorite in that fight, Shady?
I'm going with Boots.
Favored?
Yeah.
He should be the betting favorite.
Yes.
I think this is a genuine coin flip fight. I really do. And I think we have to remember that Vergil Ortiz has fought the much, much better competition.
That's true.
He beat Israel Madrimov, very quality win. Madrimov gave Crawford all he could handle.
This fight happens and Boots wins a close, tough fight.
When Chris Algieri was asked to rank the leading fighters at 154 pounds, he avoided putting them in a fixed order. Music. He explained that the differences in their styles make the division extremely difficult to judge. Jaron Ennis brings versatile switch hitting. Vergil Ortiz Jr. applies relentless pressure. Sebastian Fundora can utilize his enormous reach and height, while Josh Kelly creates problems with his movement. Because each style presents a completely different challenge, Algieri believes none of them could realistically remain undefeated if they all fought one another. The only reliable way to determine the best fighter is to put them inside the ring together.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Because this is one of those fights, this is one of those divisions where, again, if they all fight each other, I don't think anybody stays undefeated. So even trying to rank people, just because they're all so different. You know, you got Boots, who's a fluid, side-switching, counter-punching, killer puncher. You got Vergil, who's a two-fisted destroyer, comes to get you. Fundora is the towering inferno. He's 6'9" or however tall he is. You got Josh Kelly, who's a slippery guy. So you've got
Andre Ward added an important warning about excessive training. He explained that while dedication inside the gym is essential, spending too much time in hard sparring can eventually work against a fighter if they are using up their best performances before fight night. Ward brought up Jaron Ennis and his reputation for intense preparation and heavy sparring. He questioned whether reaching 35-0 without facing a truly elite opponent may have limited Ennis's exposure to the kind of extreme danger that can sharpen a fighter's instincts for championship-level competition.
You can leave a lot of your best moments in the gym. He's from Philly. I've heard how his sparring sessions go. Even when you saw Boots face a retired Sean Porter. Yeah, he probably pulled some punches, but he was trying to hit Sean with some real shots. That's just how Boots Ennis gets down in sparring. My concern for him is that you get so many fights and you spend so much time in the gym and you fight a certain level of competition. He's 35-0 and he hasn't fought an elite guy yet. Some people say nobody wants to fight him, but you still got to deal with the fact that you haven't had that type of danger that you need on the other side of the ring to turn your...
As the Ennis-Ortiz negotiations continued attracting attention, a sports analyst claimed that Vergil Ortiz Jr. had already signed his side of the agreement, reportedly citing trainer Robert Garcia. The analyst suggested that Ortiz's team became even more eager to make the fight after noticing weaknesses in Ennis during his bout with Zayas. Ortiz appeared to share that confidence himself, repeatedly making it clear that his main goal was to knock the unified champion out.
For a showdown, right? According to well-renowned trainer, former world champion, future Hall of Famer, Robert Garcia, right? And that's the fight that they want, they're pursuing. And I said that in the video I did the other day, that they see a hole, right? They see vulnerability in Jaron Ennis after Jaron Ennis fought Xander Zayas, and he got clipped in the third round. After he got clipped in the third round, you had Vergil come out, and Vergil stated, he said, I'm putting him who's not the biggest puncher, right? So with that said, Vergil is aggressively pursuing this fight with Jaron Boots Ennis because they see vulnerabilities, right? They believe that they land that power, he's going to sleep. But like Jaron Ennis said in the interview, he stated, I could box, control the distance, and win a boring boxing match, but I like and I choose to entertain. Is he going to...
If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Stay connected for the latest boxing news, fighter interviews, major fight developments, and detailed analysis.